Thanks again for dropping in and watching the ProfitWorks video blog. This video blog is a part of a series on the Dale Carnegie training program. The Dale Carnegie course, I think, probably has to be one of the best sales training programs for ROI, or return on investment, from the actual costs of the course. Anytime you talk to someone about what they got out of the course, usually they can draw it back to something of great monetary value that more than easily pays for the cost of the course. This video is all going to be about principle number 15, which is the principle that states you want to let the other person do a great deal of the talking. I can think of recently, a couple weeks ago, an instance where I used this principle to help close a sale. Basically, we were dealing with a prospect who we were trying to get them convinced that they should switch from their current provider to another provider for their phone and internet. As part of this, I was basically leading the sales interactions with the prospect to convince them to switch over to one of our customers. In all of the different telephone calls and sales meetings that we had with the prospect, I always tried to focus to ask questions which would require the prospect to do most of the talking, and I'd always asked open-ended questions so that they couldn't just give a yes or no answer. The types of questions that I would ask were, at first, questions about just what their situation was, then asking a little bit more information about some of the problems or maybe areas for improvement that she would mention when she was talking about the situation. So I remember in dealing with this prospect that she had mentioned numerous problems or areas of opportunity where our solution could help them. The first was that they had a very old phone system that they were worried might break down and then they would be without a phone. And so if there was any way that we could save them enough money to afford a new phone system, that would be of great benefit. Second, she mentioned that they had a very slow connection, which was causing productivity issues because they're heavily reliant on accessing their MRP system from their one office, which all the other offices have to connect through the internet to get to the MRP system. She also mentioned that they were hoping that they could improve their customer service by transferring calls that come into one office to another office in another time zone that might still be open if the calls coming into the original office was after hours. And then finally, the last item that she mentioned was that they were hoping that they could set up a phone system where the different locations would each be separate units but still tie into one system, in that if the phone connection or internet connection went down at one of the locations, that the phone system would still operate at all of the other locations. As a result of asking these questions, we were able to find out all of that information, which made it incredibly helpful for us to be able to put together a solution that was going to excite the prospect. And that's what we did, is we basically put together a solution that saved them money and allowed them, through those savings, to actually pay for a completely new phone system on lease and still be saving money, for them to have a larger internet connection, for them to be able to transfer calls after hours to offices that are open in other time zones, and to create a system that each of the different offices were separate, that if one office was to lose their connection, the others would still be able to operate their phone and internet. As a result of doing this, we did end up winning the prospect and convincing them to use the customer for their phone and internet service. If you let the other person do a great deal of the talking, this will significantly impact your ability to close sales. Thanks again for watching the ProfitWorks video blog. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and also check out our blog on our website at www.profitworks.ca/blog.